So, have you ever gotten this close to a yes? I mean, you can almost taste it, and then, boom, you get hit with, I don't have time, or I need to talk to my spouse. Well, today, we're gonna blow right past those surface-level excuses. We're gonna peel back the layers and find out what's really stopping people from saying yes. Okay, so here's our plan. We're gonna start on the outside with all those classic excuses and just peel our way in layer by layer until we get right to the heart of the matter. First things first, we need a way to think about this, a mental model. And the best one I found? Well, think of it like an onion. Yep, we're calling this the onion of objections. Look, when someone's on the spot with a big decision, they almost never lead with the real reason they're hesitating. It's a defense mechanism, right? They start by blaming things totally outside of their control. Our job then is to help them peel those layers back so they can actually start looking inward.
And what's so interesting is that these layers, they're predictable. It's almost always the same path. First, it's about circumstances. I don't have the time. I don't have the money. Then, once you get past that, it's about other people. Got to check with my partner. And only then, if you can navigate those, do you finally get to the real decision maker, the person themselves, and all the core fears that live there.
Okay, let's peel back that first real inner layer and see what we find. This is what we call the fit objection. You've definitely heard this one before, right? It's the special snowflake syndrome. Oh, that sounds great for other people, but my situation is just, unique.
So how do you handle that? Well, believe it or not, the answer has everything to do with makeup. Yeah, you heard me right. A little story from a trip to Sephora gives us the perfect way to break this objection down.
Okay, picture this. Two young girls, maybe 12, 13 years old. They're in Sephora, just giggling, totally bursting with excitement as they're about to buy their first ever makeup. But here's the thing. You have to see that they're not just buying eyeliner. They're buying an identity. They are stepping into a new vision of who they are, and they're absolutely thrilled about it.
And that right there is the key. That's the whole insight. A purchase isn't really about changing some little habit you have right now. It's a vote. It's a vote for the person you actually want to become. And when you frame it like that, when the decision isn't about their old identity, but it's the very first step toward the new one they want, poof, the fit objection just vanishes. All right, now for the granddaddy of all stalls, the classic, I need to talk to my partner. This is where someone basically hands over their power, their agency, to someone who's not even in the room. It's a beautiful way to avoid taking ownership, isn't it?
But check out the reframe here. It's so powerful. On one side, you've got this childlike mindset asking for permission. It gives away all your power. But on the other side, you have an adult asking for support. See the difference? The issue is never the partner. It's the entire frame. You're not a kid asking for an allowance. You're an adult partner asking for their support for a decision you've made to make your life and probably their life better.
And honestly, you can have a little fun with this to show just how absurd the resistance is. I mean, can you really imagine them going home and saying, honey, I need your permission. I want you to tell me to just sit on that couch, dig your hand into a bag of Cheetos, and create generational unhealth for our family. I mean, come on, no loving partner is ever going to say that. It just highlights that, of course, they would support something that's going to make you better.
Okay, we've peeled back the layers. We got past the excuses about time and money. We got past blaming other people, and now we're at the center, the very core of the onion. This is it. This is where the person comes face to face with their own fear of just making the decision.
So how do you break this final stall, the I need to think about it line? The trick is to frame the decision across time. We're going to look at it through three lenses: the past, the present, and the future. This shows them exactly what's on the line.
Okay, first up, the past. A lot of times, someone's hesitating because they got burned before. They tried a program, it didn't work, and now they're scared. But you have to show them that's like having a terrible 8th grade boyfriend and deciding, you know what, that's it, men just aren't for me. It's ridiculous, right? You can't let one bad experience stop you from ever finding success again. Next, let's talk about the present moment. This idea that they're gonna go home and think about it, it's a total fantasy. It's what I call the rocking chair fallacy. Nobody goes home, sits in a rocking chair on the porch, and just calmly deliberates. No, life gets in the way, the kids start screaming, the dog throws up, you know how it is. The truth is, decisions need information, not time. And all the information they could possibly need is right here, right now. And last, the future. This one is crucial. We have to make the cost of doing nothing real. Ask them to actually think about it. How much has not solving this problem already cost you over the last, say, 5 years? When you slap a real number on it, like $50,000, suddenly the price of inaction feels way bigger than the investment they're considering today. Okay, so what if you do all that? You've worked through every single layer. You've handled the fit, the authority, the avoidance, and they're still kind of wishy-washy. What's left? Well, it's time for one last, incredibly powerful question.
Just ask this one simple hypothetical question. If this were perfect, would you do it? That's it. That one question just slices through all the noise. Because if they say yes, well, you've just found the real problem, and it has nothing to do with the price or the timing or the features. It's all about belief.
When they say yes to that perfect scenario, what they're really telling you is that they have a no somewhere in their head about one of these three core beliefs. They either don't believe the product will actually get them to their goal, or they don't fully trust you to deliver on your promise, or, and this is almost always the big one, they don't really truly believe in themselves to follow through and make it work.
So when you boil it all down, here's the big takeaway. All these objections we've been talking about, they're just stories. They're stories people tell themselves to stay comfortable and avoid making a scary decision. And in the end, the question isn't whether their story is true or not. The only question that really matters is this. Is the story you're telling yourself actually serving you? Is it getting you closer to where you want to go, or is it just a really convincing excuse to stay stuck exactly where you are?